Yes, they are fixing the elections in Texas. But that does not mean that California should fix the elections because of that. Two wrongs don't make a right.
You don't buy what Governor Newsom's saying?
Of course not. Look, I've sat there in Sacramento. I've listened to the politicians for 7 years. They are not interested in giving any power to the people. The only interest that they have is to take power away from the people and grab it themselves. So this gives them a great opportunity.
Arnold Schwarzenegger just dropped the political dumbbell square on Gavin Newsom's head, and California hasn't seen fireworks like this since the last rolling blackout. The Terminator himself took off the shades, traded biceps for bold opinions, and stepped into the political arena swinging harder than ever. What followed wasn't just politics. It was a cinematic beatdown, part roast and part revolution, all delivered with a protein shake in one hand and that unmistakable Arnold attitude in the other. When the governor calls you out, it's not a debate, it's Judgment Day, only with better lighting, sharper lines, and more muscle per minute. Arnold didn't hold back. He told Newsom to stop hiding behind buzzwords and start fixing the chaos Californians are forced to live with. The crowd erupted like they were watching a lost scene from Terminator 2, because this wasn't just entertainment. It was a powerful reminder that real leadership isn't about slogans or spin. It's about guts, grit, and the courage to own your mess instead of flexing past it.
We worked so hard to get the independent redistricting commission in California, and now all of a sudden they're undoing all of that. I saw on television basketball players getting arrested, coaches, famous coaches getting arrested. So they're getting arrested, and here they're cheating, and they're having a war on cheating here in America with this gerrymandering. So it's really sad. If you want to really fight for democracy, why would you go and destroy the Constitution?
The Golden State might need a new anthem after this one, because Arnold Schwarzenegger just dropped a political remix no one saw coming. The man who once battled killer robots on screen is now taking swings at government red tape, and this time, Gavin Newsom has become the final boss in an unscripted sequel. You know things have gone off the rails when the Terminator turns his gaze on his own state and says, "I'll be back," but only after the taxes cool off. Because let's be honest, even a cyborg can't bench press California's inflation.
This is what's going to happen. They will find an excuse. So therefore, I don't think it is temporary. So that's total fantasy. So the second thing is that you cannot cheat your way out of it. What they should do is, what the Democrats should do is they should outperform Trump. To me, it's all about competition creates performance. And so what they do is with the redistricting commission is they're going to go and try to draw the district lines in such a way that they get voted in no matter if they work well or not for the American people. So the American people get cheated on this whole thing.
It's almost poetic. The Hollywood action hero turned governor turned global eco-warrior squaring off against a man whose hair looks like it's running its own campaign. You can practically feel the tension hanging in the air, thick with ego, ambition, and the unmistakable scent of expensive cologne mixed with a fog of broken promises drifting across California's fading sunshine.
In terms of what should happen nationwide when it comes to redistricting?
Well, first of all, in California, it's a big mistake to go and to dismantle and to basically kind of get rid of the independent redistricting commission under the auspices of we got to have more power than the Republicans. And we got to fight.
Arnold didn't just call out Gavin. He went full blockbuster mode. You could almost picture him lighting a cigar, leaning back, and telling California it needs more muscle and a lot less red tape.
When I was governor, by working together with the Democrats, by letting them know they're not the enemy, that I am a strong believer that if we want to go and make California successful, or America successful, we can do this the best possible way by having Democrats and Republicans work.
The former governor, who once ruled California with charm, grit, and a steady supply of protein powder, has stepped back into the spotlight to give the current one a masterclass. And trust me, this showdown packs more drama than any Hollywood reboot could dream of. Gavin Newsom isn't just a politician anymore. He's a full-blown brand. His hair has more consistency than California's budget, and his speeches sound like TED Talks ghostwritten by a PR intern on an almond milk high. Meanwhile, it's Arnold who's bringing the real heat, calling out the state's political circus with the same no-nonsense energy he once used to run it, part gym coach, part governor, and all attitude, flashing that trademark "don't mess with me" grin.
Get rid of our democratic principles. Imagine to fight for democracy and to get rid of your democratic principles. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing against Newsom. We don't have a fight over this at all.
Yeah, because you guys met. What was that like when you guys met together?
It was a wonderful meeting. He told me what he felt. I told him, I said, I totally get it, because this is what you need to do to be the leader of the party. I totally get it, but I'm not a party person, I said. I'm a people's person. I always will.
The best part is, Arnold probably didn't even mean to cause an aftershock. He just made one offhand comment about California's leadership, and suddenly Sacramento's rattling like a 9.0 on the Richter scale. The guy clears his throat, and political pundits start treating it like they've uncovered the lost scrolls of prophecy. You could practically see Newsom's eye roll from outer space. Here's the kicker. The governor, who spends half his time assuring everyone that everything's totally fine, just got verbally roasted by the only man alive who can make climate change sound like a summer blockbuster. Hollywood's confused, the elites are split, and no one knows whose side to take. One's all brawn, the other's all balance, and both swear they're saving California. The timing couldn't be more mercilessly perfect.
California and in Texas, there's basically this big back and forth that's going on where in Texas, Republicans are planning on doing mid-decade gerrymandering, which is redrawing the legislative districts to give yourself more seats in Congress by kind of choosing your voters. This is something Democrats have historically been against and wanted to ban. Now they're saying they will do it too in response.
Newsom's been strutting around like the golden boy of progressive politics, flirting with national ambitions, soaking up every spotlight like it's solar-powered. And then, out of nowhere, bam. Arnold drops a verbal dumbbell right across his jawline. It's like California's karma just rolled up in a leather jacket, put on shades, and said, "Remember me?" Arnold's message was vintage Schwarzenegger, straight from the gym floor to the governor's mansion. "When I ran this place, sure, it was chaos, but at least people could still afford rent." Now, Newsom's probably wishing for an invisibility cloak woven from recycled scandals, because the internet absolutely imploded. Twitter, sorry, X, or whatever Elon's calling it this week, went nuclear. Half the users were flexing with Arnold, cheering him on like it's 2003 all over again, while the other half were defending Newsom like he's the last avocado tree left in California. Memes multiplied faster than rent prices, and somewhere in the chaos, Elon Musk was quietly dropping popcorn emojis. It's the perfect snapshot of California's split personality. One half looks like an action blockbuster, the other insists it's a feel-good documentary, all while the power grid flickers in the background.